Hello everyone, I am Kim. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel today. It is day 6 of my 14 Days of Love series. We are almost halfway there. I am excited to show you guys how I created this super unique, super cute Valentine's Day set right here. I had a vision and I feel like I brought it to life, but boy did it take some work, you guys. So if you want to see how I created this set, just keep on watching. So I started off by sizing myself up in these full cover tips. These are the double XL coffin from Nail Couture. I felt like I didn't have to put that on camera because I have so many other videos where I show sizing. So I'm going to be putting these tips on using like a half apresdupe method because, well, I say half because I'm skipping primer and well, I should say dehydrator and primer. I did do a tiny bit of prep off camera where I just pushed my cuticles back just because I felt like it was time, excuse me, and got rid of any dead skin really quickly, but not too much. And like I tell you guys in every video, I don't do much prep because I am trying to keep my nails healthy since I'm constantly doing them for videos, especially now with this 14 Days of Love series. So yeah, I'm just doing the apresdupe method like you guys are seeing me do here. I'm just taking a bit of that extend gel, putting it in that full cover tip, kind of around where it's gonna cover my natural nail. I press it up against my cuticle and then I just hold it in place while I cure. I'm using this mini flash cure lamp, but once I am done getting these tips on, I give them about a 20-second, 30-second cure each. I'm gonna go get my bigger light and then I give them a 60-second cure. Once all my nails are on, I'm just gonna go in and file and buff, except with this I don't really have to do much filing and buffing. I'm just gonna go in and take off that little tab of plastic the nails always come with, but other than that, no buffing and minimal filing. This is where things started to get tricky for me. I was thinking so hard, like, is it smarter to drill the holes before polish or after polish? I was fully aware that if I did it before the polish, I would have to make sure that those holes, didn't have any polish cured inside them. And then but then I kept thinking, if I do the holes after, all the dust and the alcohol and the drill is gonna mess up, my polish. It's gonna look crazy after. And then what if I like mess up a hole? I'm gonna have to put the whole nail back on and then polish it and everything. So I chose to do it beforehand, and that was not the smart choice at all. Like, lesson learned, because I will definitely be doing this set again. I love this set. So I learned my lesson on that. It was way smarter to do the holes after. Anyways, you guys will see later on in the video. But for now, yes, I'm doing the holes before, and there's not really any rhyme or reason to this. This specific bit right here is a cuticle bit. I will link it down below if you guys are interested. And I'm just putting them anywhere, I guess, that my heart tells me to. I knew that I was going to thread chain through them, but I didn't really want a specific pattern. When I do this, I just do like a quick 1-2 through the hole. I try not to stay inside too long because your hand might get a little shaky, and then you'll end up making the hole wider than you want it to. I was so innocent and naive, you guys. Look at me here pushing that same cuticle bit through every single hole so that any material that was in the hole, any pieces of nail would leave. Like, what a waste of time, honestly. So after that, I buffed and I got those holes nice and flush. And then I went in with some alcohol just to get rid of all the dust from the nails. Moving on now to polishing, I'm using this number 64 from a cat eye gel set. It's from the brand Meet Across. I got it from Amazon. It also brought this magnet with it. I'm going to link a video in the cards where I do an unboxing / first impressions because I absolutely love these polishes. So now is also where I get what I got coming to me by doing these holes first. I thought it was going to be super simple to just paint and like poke in the holes right before I cure it to get any gel out of the way, but no, sis, no. By the time you get in the light, that gel has already moved. Not to mention that I did 3 layers, so every time I do it, the hole is becoming smaller. And I thought I was going to be able to handle that, which is why I chose to do the holes before, but no way. Especially because, also let me say, I know a lot of people like to do a black base with cat eye gels. I choose to just layer them over and over. I like that look way better. I feel like with the black it's too opaque. So let me just tell you, I had to do every nail individually, so you guys can only imagine how long this took me. Basically, I did 1 layer of this gel, poke all the holes in to make sure that they have no gel, even though they absolutely still did. And then I cured for 30 seconds, came back out, did that twice more. And on that last painting is when I used the magnet. There's no point in using the magnet on the first and second coat because you're just going to cover it with another one. So this is what it was looking like after 3 coats. Like I told you guys before, I was doing nail by nail, and at this point is when I'm like, okay, this is gonna take hella long. But like I said before, lesson learned. I kept rolling with it. This, like I said also before, is when you're gonna use your magnet with this cat eye gel. I'm just going over the magnet with this small side, but you could use the small side, you can use the big side. They have like special magnets that have shapes. There's not really much to it. You kind of you're just going over the nail and it drags the glitter, so you just create the design that you want basically. Quick shout out from our sponsors. No, I'm just kidding. I wish. But just know that I love Starbucks Frappuccino, and this is the only thing fueling and powering all of these sets. So this is the set after I did all of them. I was not gonna make you guys sit through that crazy process of doing 3 coats and 3 cures every single nail. So let's move on to top coat. Luckily this was just 1 coat, but again, after each coat I had to poke in those holes, and for nothing. Once I've got my top coat on, I just like to take a cotton applicator with some alcohol and go around my cuticles. This helps with any sloppiness when I was painting. Moving on now to the nail decorating, and this is my favorite part. You guys know I have these pink chains, and these I got from Amazon. I still cannot find my jewelry cutter, unfortunately, so I'm just gonna be using these cuticle nippers. And the pink hearts I got from McCart's Valentine's Day nail decoration kit. And to hold everything, I'm gonna be using, as always, my nail rhinestone glue from McCart. So first thing I did was glue the chain down on the top part of my nail. So I'm creating kind of a path with that glue, and it's leading to one of the holes. Actually, the hole that is closest to the top, just so that I can begin my threading there and work my way down. I didn't show on this nail how I got that chain to lay down, but don't worry, you guys will see that on the next nail. For now, let's talk about how I started threading it. So basically like a needle and thread, I took the end of the chain and I've put it in that first hole. So once I got it in, I turned my nail around and I grabbed the chain from the other side. So again, just like a needle and thread. Once I've got that chain through, I'm ready to move on to my next hole, and for this one I am going through the back. So again, I'm just grabbing the very end of that chain, in this case that little link at the end. I'm hooking it onto the end of my tweezer and I'm just pulling through. It looks super easy, and at first I'm like, oh, this is not gonna be hard at all. But there were moments. There were definitely moments. We're not going to talk about how many tries that was. I was just hyped to finally get it, and I was getting more and more excited about the set because that one little stitch there really looked good. So I'm like, okay, this might be something. Unfortunately, once I got to this last hole down here, I realized that it was not gonna go through. The hole was way too small, so off camera I went and drilled through it really quickly just to make it bigger, to make it back to its original size, and that worked. Look at this second stitch down there. It looks so cute. So I'm just gonna show you guys how I'm putting on these stones. Super simple, just a quick little drop of that gem glue where I wanted it, and I just wanted it in between the swirls and the stitches of the nails. And I mixed the sizes. Some were big, some were small. That was all there was to it pretty much when it came to the stones. Moving on now to the pinky. I did this one next because I just cut the excess from the thumbnail, so I'm like, let me just get it out of the way. You guys can see here a little better how I laid that chain down. There's not really much to it. Just like I said before, I created a path with that glue, and I laid one end of the nail where I wanted it. And just follow that path pretty much. I made sure also that, again, it's leading to one of the holes because that's the one that it's gonna go through first. Once I was done curing, I realized that that hole was way too small again, so I just went through it once with that bit, and you guys can see all that dust. That's like exactly what I was trying to avoid, but hey, so once I did that, of course, the chain threaded nicely and smoothly. I also saw that this last hole was going to be too small, so I went through that one as well. And once I had that chain on how I wanted it, I'm going in with a tiny bit of that rhinestone glue right around the hole, the last hole before the chain hangs. And that is just so that chain will hang exactly how we want it. It won't come out while we're sleeping. It won't lean to the left. It won't lean to the right. It's just gonna hang straight down. Then, just to get it out of the way, to avoid doing it one by one, I went ahead and went through each hole with that same bit just to open them up a little bit. I kind of bit the bullet. At this point, I realized the error of my ways, so let me just get them all out the way. Of course, after that, I went in with some alcohol, and I did this very lightly because I was just afraid of how that alcohol was gonna affect the polish and the top coat and everything, but nothing happened. So that is why I say I learned my lesson. So right here was where I had enough. Like, this is where I decided that I was only gonna do one hand, because my blind self didn't even realize that both these chains were two different pinks, and it was just like really triggering me. Like, little things like that I don't like I wanted a consistent pink, or at least to be able to finish this hand with that pink and then do the other one with the other chain. But this kind of beigeish pink, I just wasn't feeling it. Right here I was a little bit annoyed, but now I love the set. Like, you can barely notice, so it's not a big deal anymore. But at that point I was like, I'm done. It's enough. So once all embellishments were on, I went in with some cuticle oil, of course. And here is the final look. What do you guys think? I love this set. I think I almost might love it more than the teddy bear set. What I don't like is this lighting. I don't know why when I finish my sets, the lighting is always bad. So here they are in another lighting. This one is doing them so much justice. They look gorgeous. I just love this set. If you guys recreate it, let me know, and also let me know what you guys think in the comments. As always, my name is Kim. Thank you so much for tuning in. I love you, and I'll see you on the next one.